Adom TV Nnawotwe Yi ni eguso ayede ebre wo channel so no do na the Jumadi ni na aba na we, but stay with us on our social media platforms, Adom TV on Facebook and Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. For comment to na fe yenjibre na yankin kan emfa e ma channel so mame ensoma season 3 na me adoma ochina kwesi ba so medimu amane no ankasa bebo me ba be sori so a enti hwe eno anim. Well, yasan baby honorable Ahmed, no asim bisebi moving forward. Asana about the business, parliamentary business. Would you agree with me? Say you best swear in MP select, na ya allow it be maybe some days, and then we can swear in the president because of time constraints. Ushe may see 6th, 7th year. Afi who say you are behind time, not time na call because at the action. You're the swearing president, and so you've not been able to select. You've not sworn in. You've not elected the Speaker of Parliament. And you can moving forward. Imagine no. So okay, swear MPs in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. After all the necessary consensus building, then we swear in. We swear in the president. I don't know what you think.
It will be impossible.
It will be impossible.
Yes, because nente be impossible. Ni say. On say udi to me manipa. Na chiloka say uji to me na. Some people will be different. Others will be predictable. What swear in president, Speaker of Parliament, I swear in Parliament. What I'm saying, in the absence of the president and the vice president, Speaker of Parliament and acting president. Into the power nama me 4 days. Na okase ya swearing in the parliament and abekwa swearing in the president. Na draw na power no e ma me wie. Na president die no ne time no sa na me na obehia me ansa na wako swearing in na.
Ze manikum.
Mabre ina de be swearing.
Power.
Oze me yare.
No, maybe sad because
there are possibilities I say. You be debate. And the other aspect of Ukraine is now is one of the topic this current parliament and the academians. You bet me at debating thoroughly in a long time. Into any issue I say, yes, but Ghana has a lot of issues to debate and to discuss. And that's where you say, oh, Papa is very strong. Joe is very strong. And they are all liberals and diplomats, and very firm on principles. If you bring such people, see, speak at me or bra, 2-2, 3-3, on very serious issue. Yes, you 2 from each side. Who as a whip say, Mr. Speaker, you 5. This is a very sensitive issue. Ghanaians are interested. The public is interested. Obeka say time. So a lot of things were taken into consideration, and sometimes. Say one year, you criticize the MPs in vain. And sitting at where I sit, and knowing what they went through, it will be wrong for me. Me criticize any MPP. But look at a case in point. Just simple. You look at Anthony Kabo. So if he said, "Nepa bakwa no mu here," Bedize Diamba and Anthony Kabo baya, can MPP Benya say? Can majority no stand more decisive majority? As a deputy minister for Rose, or better ministry was so 3 months to election. Or better ministry, no one see ministry of radio.
Okay.
They did it to a lot of their deputy ministers, and they lost.
Oh no, him.
All right.
Going forward, the minister for deputy, almost all the deputy ministers who lost were replaced with NDC.
All of them.
We are replaced with NDC people. Yeah. Now those selected just some few friends no more key ministers, and they maltreated their deputies who were MPs, and they suffered and lost. And almost it now called NDC. Then you come and sit down. The party made him lost. I'm telling you, the party made him lost. Sometimes, in fact, on only lost the party made. It's a fine guy. The party made him lost. You see, sometimes, so it was part of the reason why ye mora no kosoro ye nim ina ye hu nim say binmu krampo e wo mu a omonim say ya omadem say as long as I'm the president who nya post party mu da so oye sitting MP so sikasa na odebe man na obeto amount it was not money okay it was just based on principles.
All right, now yanko second issue no so which has to do with the business
chief you know kind about the handing over an hour kind.
Yeah,
I think say
1 minute
the constitution must be done. I'll say here amend the constitution. Onum say about 12 midnight up to 10 o'clock. Like I swear president you know there's a vacuum.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need president you need I think say something must be done. Oh, so 4, 5 or 10 hours you know. The power must go to somebody. But where the honorable Kenya who's the man obefa ka akwa ko togo. You know, three B or 4 B. To say the president, vice, speaker, chief justice. Yeah, similar for sa time. But because me nu kumada kura.
Ba ko be one more bit.
America so da me na me ho. Meet me aba. Yeah, pay no say. Okay. Yeah, say man pa. Very important.
To add to me Nnawotwe, what will happen is at the same day we kwa koye wedding. Unso koye wedding udi kan ye amamre no e ofie in private. And sana wa koye public wine no like that. So what will be feasible? And it's in the transitional act no. Ye di timelines be shame. Ye to about 7 January year. The various political parties must come with their leadership, proposed leadership in Parliament. And now you said this a mandatory meeting of the leadership in
before
Parliament.
Swearing in of
before
the
swearing in. Now Omashaye one timeline that mandatory leadership na meeting leadership parliamentary leadership no muni chief justice no be na muni president elect no so aye. These are the timelines because here is the case we are politicians so. Yeah. It will not be enough. And yet the time bia na obenya leadership ombe thinking the way I'm thinking. A case in point is what I've just said. It is when say inka parliamentary leadership no timi hia e. Na ye transit ye nipa 12 people. Ye nipa 10 pe. Nipa 10 na yakase there today you are president, tomorrow I will be maybe president. So do unto others as you want others to do unto you. That's the golden rule. I mean that's my leadership principle. Inti yetimi ya sa no man nyina even 1 month na ye ka se eso anukura e betimi aye 1 month na aye say you know. So on the day of the swearing in ye ba na ye swear president ye swear speakers ni we ni nyina ina ceremonially ubetimi I swear president ni in that midnight.
All them guys say obre onwa dwe wonti say we nyina wa kan no mapo ato.
Okay. Honorable Ibrahim, as we speak you need a majority of Parliament. Okay. Right? There's no majority. And so in this case, and with the current speaker and his background, parliamentary business, passing of bills and you are still in the House. He's a former member of Parliament.
Say, Ushe parliamentar. Me say, Ukepe Tracy. No, back to Temwana Parliament. Ye di Parliament.
But especially when now we have 137. Yeah. With one independent candidate who now is the second deputy speaker of Parliament.
No, your constitutional issues be a very reasonable. But my can or her. You could do.
Oh, say
answers to it. Say, 137. You were standing orders in Parliament. And a Parliament, a parliamentary practice and procedure. Ye mra no bi wo bukum and standing orders. And I be a conventions. O we there ayesa amamre or cause we say na ye no e wo fia in the sa na be no. Say ya swear speaker ni in we, ya swear ni deputies no in we. Deputies no should not belong to the same party. And I standing orders no do not talk about majority and minority. They talk about majority party and minority party. Constitution is to kasa about majority group and a minority group. By convention, I used to a caucus, majority caucus and minority caucus.
Moving forward, I think there should be some amendments.
Yeah, where you might be was a standing orders in the constitution. And a standing orders no are interpret majority and minority ni. Say oko order 7 or say majority party no majority leader and a constitution standing orders no I interpret it. And a minority leader and also I interpret it. But majority, any minority, send if you suggest no beside who sorry no be for who is one of majority, one of minority, yes, standing orders no in sir. And I say majority party no, the party with the majority of seats in parliament. And a minority leader no so the party with the largest.
Okay, so from standing order, no, I say majority leader means a member of parliament designated by the party or parties holding majority of the seats in the house as their recognized leader in the house.
Yes, so majority of seats.
Yeah.
So if tomorrow the Formena MP goes and write officially to speaker, say or the support to the seat no, but majority MPP for Ababe Juma, there will be 138 and will be 137. In that case, that makes them the majority. Okay. And going forward, you know, we are not just going to use Takashi in the house. Bagwin is a principled man, and he respects the rule of law. So on to me, Koka just say, "Oh, NDC ni, into NDC for a 137. Na akwa natural akwa ma MPP for kura say, oni umbe yejuma no mo 138. Na still I know 137 mo na mo majority. I don't see him in that line. He would like the rule of law to operate. So maybe Ghana can move forward. And don't forget, he's a young man. There's a space ahead of him. In Ghana say, yeah, we will all live to suffer. And national interest no one moves. I know him. Yeah. He trained me. Into send Ghana for NDC speaker. Say Ghana be din. You be frustrated. Let me tell you, nobody has ever thought of frustration. And say frustration can move in your so. I tell you, you know.
Monfa adwini bi asem be frustrated adwuma na mokwa kwaye wo parliament
in all instances me nua odro be ne be kanokra parliament a ye koyi normal NDC for sorority a ya manye
7 parliament
it brought disgrace to parliament at the end of it all. In the sense mutie speaker makokwe tie yen pa e ma ye ko into the merit of your arguments and not our normal sir, because this would have been one of the best parliament. But in terms of oversight, ye quantia kisa pepe ye bringing ministers to book, government to book. This was the weakest parliament. But in terms of representation, so it was one of the weakest. No more 169 MPs. 10 biaubeko nani pani demo. You understand? Ye not wa complaining. The party should have seen say a protest against some habit bia nipa nompe. Now I share dear na higher. You don't say because I'm a whip, I will always sweep them in line. Before say Ubabe protest, Parliament no protest no either say min koho na makokabi, min koho na makotubi, mekoho akwa kotuatia. Ni nyina parliamentary tools. And when you are not getting what you want, you have to call the house. Michael Kwe as a speaker, 4 years ni nyina leadership na to me anko even workshop to go and think about the MPs. Hey. I'm telling you, not one. Do I jawo de ko? Na mi ba leadership na mi kano. Do me wanna start Ghana sponsor free. They sponsor it for you free. Omo amayanko. And I say uko moving forward now ukano. Say u pese caucus no parliament near back one. There was a frequent dialoguing and meetings. Oh, yanko ajawo time yeko akwa safari. Mini chemensani ni bafo one Bagwin ni wenumunyina ye kwa safari too ye ko Lansdowne keta haya ye ko honso too entemukwa what are we doing wrong that you don't like what are you also doing wrong that I don't like
at that forum
leadership you speak your mind he speaks entemu betimi asiesie nsem na amama ye baako ena ebasa mimiti mimini minu atie omu ye ni omu ye ni na minimu ni omu ye mi so onu nimu. Into the best, yes, we have share kasa, but ukasa yenka TV swa yenka. Sana parliament ni tiyo. So men you say ye wo ha no NDC ni hu MPP ni a we natamfo, MPP ni hu NDC ni we natamfo. We speak. Sometimes they come and tell you we ya ye kan ade a ye di bai. Even cabinet. Ye call cabinet no. We yamfo so but yantumi anka bona ya sorati. That is how the two parties work.
Okay.
And moving forward, no, what will make Ghana enjoy the fruit of decisive year of my year? And he say, interested in what happens in the floor. Any first. The second one is was the constitution no any standing orders no adwuma. And was a cabinet no so the principles adwuma. Don't think say ubetumi aba behwipu nipa parliament. Ama omo ato abama adea omumpe. A case in point was the PDS. PDS, MPP, 4 MPs, no, they were hurt. They were hurt too. Into a banner, while we are in this, you lose your dignity and respect. Because who are Kwanya say obey General Magana. And all over the world, and you Ghana oversight now, you put executive on their tools, no. A minority. Into a speaker, 10 biano, you say minority will have their say. But majority will have their way. But when you don't, in having their say, no, you see majority ruled with the consent of the minority. Into divergent views now, one minority one, I was self and the edge man. And a more cabinet meeting, minority for now could be. MPP for Nipa 19 most prominent men now cabinet will take a decision. Bisa who say a year then NDC 40 years. Say adieno wenye ewum. NPP ni na owomwa na kuma Anthony ya ma say ade ne ya ebe ha Ghana.
Onpre ne medusu no. Ono no ba be niki.
Opa be ka cho say ade we ye man koswa emwa Ghana. Na ya so oka mo be mo ne no be debate o. Nti mu debate na ono timi ma mo superior argumenta. E ho na mo be so la ka say ade we ni enye from NDC time sa na netie. NPP time sa na netie. Nti governance no enye governance aka say o ade ami ye NDC for nkwa na wo ante MPP for monti bi wo kra NDC for work cabinet meeting no na commentary no eko MPP that is our so there's no top secret here ye ka say o we di omu hu cabinet memos both parties cabinet memos eliki so men try on say but ye na Ghana for our businesses for Ghana our businesses for Ghana. Se Ghana ne say ya, mimi no be brebe say.
Okay.
E say ya no be brebe. So we think about the national interest most. In the national interest in the ma sa no man me no odro. Ko weni emwa be wana ya soratia. Me ma we point kwa mbe say prempe. Ye kwa ya STS NDC time. STS okay.
Yes.
You see na 20,000 houses
for security agencies.
Oba no frame in chain. O se sa kwa we ya o di deli by o na ka tre obo me kan di na bo ba isuta kwa man MP o se kwa mprem o se no deputy attorney general ente me buy no o kan MPP for no mo train me ho usua adwuma na usua free side na why you find guys be on the other side we respect say o munim adwuma na wasua ente papa o so ankama ene o se kwa mprempe any former judicial secretary bia no Ashanti region Olman no. Mr. Oswansa. Was it Oswansa? Yeah, Oswansa. Olman be. No, ono na ba ya orekunum area o.
Amuno training.
Enti me di bibi ko papa o. O hwe ase ade we. Me kire wa obe use ate ayenso. Nanso, I was saying me kire Uganda enti. You understand? So this is how we learn. To pe nipa bi wo, na wa pe nipa bi wo your side here. That is how you learn in a balanced way. Enti ekoba ni saa usori ema ne beboa oman no STS buy no se kwa mprebe kan se menua let me tell you we are liberal but akwa we wona da wagu yen man sidaw wona be ka kire president Gofo se obesi railway from Accra to Sirima ye be kan ya audience akosi form no enti we ya okan obe mob high hope enko enti mamumfa mu hope Anton so na ndie mumpanyi for no ye na mwa fata na me backbencher that was the 5th parliament me ko kan ye anyina ampara ye kan si o MPP for si o mumpre esi mu walk out na ye ti ho ye ti ho ye be see 20,000 houses tese o mu no mu ye na pabone for mu si o mumpre sa akwa no ye 419 odi ensa si form pe but o mu kan ye no say utie ya but they were minority. The same thing happened when they bring this Ajapa deal, when they brought this PDS deal, when they brought this amended Ameri deal, when they brought, I can mention a number of them. You can't, no, the last part, did you see the bullet that self-inflicted. Matiame do ne imani Ghana. So the parliament can say na one fa. Now for the civil society for na ko can say no. Omo de no na odi ye adwuma.
Okay, but that's it. Honorable Drew, the current figures, government business, looking at the picture we have in Parliament now.
Especially me knowing speaker. One for being the biggest shock in their life. Omo fi say or NDC ni.
Yeah.
About quantity and knowing him no. Ebia. Say no more dream po me to na kasa obe two o mo lie there. Can this are there? Say the mimi nim no there. Be straight. But I said they all can. Bibi ba ne bia enko ya. Sometimes we dim komo achiri say they all can ya. Never be o ha ye bi kan kasa wo achiri ansa na ba floor. Onu ye speaker. Once the kaka say before ebe ko chamber no the leadership and the speaker kura share. And every day, and sana yako chamber. If you won't discuss it, maybe no. And then the mouse says speaker says well. Sometimes one can they say, "Oh no, there or problem," because all eyes are on him. Say, "Or kwaku diama NDC." So this is the time also no proven no say he's a Ghanaian. Now, for instance, the BB say budget aba. So now no barber quit here. Okay. On one kasa the salary is him. See a passia provision bill and a government meeting must spend it. Now was Osaka will pay. Ubia and Saka and BB and our government now day a move. Next a crazy see 137. Me nukra wo MPP, omo ministers, omo conference.
There be 44.
There be just say 44 no me nu etu kwan. Omo ni ha. They say we have floor majority na go di NDC. BNDC will 137. MP will be at 130. It be a 2 kwane ade. Na say budget in year appropriation bill. Na say NDC for another speaker say on payment kwa. Okay. See nyina yo.
But apart from budget, there may be other.
There are so many things. Say they all can. Me say speaker. This one no problem see will be because this is the time also who prove say he's a Ghanaian. And like, say me off floor, say oh wow mu change. I bet be 6 years. No. We don't grow. No one know yes strict to name be who.
Yeah.
They said the honorable kind. So we so reason point. Don't know about refer. One abetness. Know him no. For me there, he's correct. But evidence say honorable says he say no. Omu ni a dream be as say omu frustrated and I be sad. But we be ka krebi na. I mean, it's for no. Omo kasema me gidi omo side no ya na hard drink. Na me say honorable obre no. Obi mu ye fine just be very correct. Me say be the referendum no be example.
So I say asema honorable can is here. Enra me tie one TV station na honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa and Asubin MP.
Okay, Eugene.
And I know omo also. And honorable Ablakwa made a statement. Say MPP for Senia Ora John Boadu Bekai before the swearing in say if the NDC doesn't cooperate, speaker no cry munya. Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa made similar statements. Say one cooperating in the next parliament. On member parliament honum I think akrama more MPP for no. So the awoka say NDC for Obetrahan Obeka. In fact, I'm taking Honorable Ahmed for his work.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
say I'm just say my example back one me one. Na very crucial. Within seconds leaders back sorry so coach flight. I handle baton ma the other one and the BBS sign. So in the but I say in there very critical because 137 it moved 40 something equal ministers.
Yes.
And ministers no the substantive ministers no coming to parliament every day no and possible. Be mutu kwan na juma no do na deputies kra
omo ma deputies ni nye bi.
Oh deputies kra po.
Omo mo nye bi o.
Me na me ye bi pa. O de heyo. Etino omo be busy. Etino say MBB yempo. Say they all can. We need to compromise. What I say. But omo no na American say no more can seven no more. Ometima jia to but almost share 1, 2, 3 bia na asesa. But I hope and praise this time around. And yes, sir. But they can we or ye good too much. No can omonfa. Omonfa. Obetima won say example be your mind very brilliant. But all the two of leadership no. And now we hear Shuma honorable Muntagada na di. Obona dream post we bibia. Or a very difficult to
Nnawotwe Yi honorable Carlos Hankra they are too change.
O say medical catch us say. Me condemn ni nyina ho. Ana me catch us say.
Honorable Dro Muntagada no.
Issue statement be say or patch in the on their list consider
Mustaka stands for proper oversight.
All side ni nyina no obi anye ni and there is a fact.
Mustaka so anye ni.
Who can say time o mu show ye no. No say ye dey mra na ye dey.
Adwuma ya.
No o kan say o mu fanye adwuma.
O mu fanye adwuma no Muntaka de ye adwuma no. Enzo ko butu no etam ballot box no na mra no. Eno nye mra.
Honorable do no look at this for
aggressiveness.
Aggressiveness. I wouldn't want us to go back to the happenings.
Aggressiveness na no why aggressive na mka say. So onu say honorable media. Say me ka say me say we first 5. But you go and be first 3 when this is either account. Fine ones account. But group bi o mo a make ma 3 bi wa pass and go for 3.
Mafia.
She say in tijai.
Obia wo mo yes and friend.
Me say bako. Me say that's Parliament.
Obia wo
bako kasa ya wo ye bibisa na. Ni bu ofo e opie na speaker first be transit. Na over transit no. Nanti bia no dey ba so akai. We should say MP pa na obi e say o chamber. Oh such people no. Or ye na dream say me dey main penia. Very difficult. But say ye pe omani ye dia. This is a time ye nyina yishia. Say leadership ku shia wo speaker's office. No mo take decision bi na ba floor. They should all support because leadership no akushia discuss that. And it's for the state. See, I'm fine. Yeah, Juma.
Not me share permutation be. Say speaker ni ho. Na first deputy speaker ni ho. Of course, when you say speakers, deputy speakers,
they do everything and MP does.
Okay, because now me share say first speaker ni ho na first deputy speaker ni ho na for me na MP no oye obetina akonya ni mo and we are supposed to vote on an issue.
On him say Parliament, you know. Memorandum.
Oh yeah.
Parliament, you know. Speaker, no. Wow, presiding at any point in time. Who power of discretion. Until you find say NDC 400 na what them more. MPP 440 na what them more. Enya 140. Now put 2 question now. As many as are in favor say aye. Those against say no. Na uti voice no aye. Na no S1. When you say 100 for no, and this 400 is no. Also we MPP ni deputy speaker na uti o. And a 40 ni can say aye. Probably I think
the nose.
Now I break it. Now I get a rain no. I think the eyes have it. And so be an challenge you run away with it. Enti enya no ma nyina na and there were instances those no be have it but speaker now oti floor no so no ono na what the power of that discussion. Enti say a critical issue there and there somebody will challenge your vote by using order 11 to 113. Ekobani sa e na head count bebam.
Okay.
Now one say we no 100 and now we no then 40. But eno intense. Eno na make us say ye be share as dialogue into send the menu a odru eken. Na ye be di kan aka. Ye ka say cooperation na okuja to eka no. Cooperation a ye be share na ka say oh PDS we enye into mon fa nko na mon koye we ni mra. Wa wonim say enye. Into we won cooperate. The best thing is to withdraw it. Now we corrections na all canon. That is how the cooperation works. By any cooperation, at the end yes, you. That is not what he was saying. But we also have credibility to protect and the integrity of our party to protect. Ghana for 2 mile 2024 you best about war. Inte suba you better na di no. Eno na ebe organize.
For instance, Nyamuda na di na nansen.
No, eno na ma Ghana eba to me ba life. Look, let me tell you, things happened. When him say program or draw for swearing in everything was done in such a way say Makokwe was going to be the winner. You don't do things that way. Who kwako tuaba ayi speakers? Who nyen tuaba? Why do you decide on one and use his name, everything, his picture, everything? Oh, president.
But surprisingly, the current speaker, Honorable Bagwin, just smiled over the whole issue.
Bagwin is a street person. And voting in parliament, you know, say near menu no kase budget and the normal is true. And strictness, no, and a bema parliament, no, at me juma. And before man and God, yet, but fifth parliament, minority for no more. No. At a point, I was in the minority leadership, majority leadership. Sata na minority for no, Omo office was in a majority vote. In the caucus meeting, they were fighting. Bagwin left as a majority leader, went to their caucus meeting, and separated them and advised them. Said, this kind of Subanwi, this is not what Ghana force Mumbai. He's the same person. So if he's going for election, don't you think that they'll vote for him?
Absolutely.
So we
no now the BT almost Obenya 3 votes.
We considered a lot of factors. And the other day woman say, Bagwin no, Akufo-Addo aye na djuma na sida. Mama nso aye djuma na sida. Chimensa no nyina they've all been an Bagwin before. All of us. And they say Oba, he's now the father of your friend. He's father of our democracy.
Oh, father.
Enti obetrawa nya de obeka say oh me be yimeni. We the MPP for no and this for yenye djuma. I don't think he's that type. We considered all those things. Because Senipa no ba na obegunu fia Ghana for this architecture. And this is the first time we are experimenting it. In the say ye na ekoyia ebema MP bia look sharp. Next time we swami MP kura na wanye wadwuma yi a omuntu swami fo be kwa koto ama nipa foforo agile because they know that when that person comes kura na or whoever become the president be yadwuma. But the goodness of this and say menua things like nepotism, cronyism, a few businessmen taking over and the only people they know it will pass through because they will help you. And the